Now, this is the only kind of blockbuster news story that came out today that isn't tied in, and that's Cam Newton is now going to be a New England Patriot. And that's something I really think that I would have predicted last year, the coronavirus, before I would have predicted Cam Newton as a Patriot. Yeah. And Chris Stanley made us the most. It seemed like he's working for ESPN instead of being Chris Stanley. He seems like he's very excited about Cam Newton going to the Patriots.
Look, it's over for their division. It's just over. Fucking Bill Belichick is going to take Cam Newton and he's going to fucking go straight to the Super Bowl. Lock it up. Sorry, Bills. I know you had hopes for it, but it's not going to happen.
Is he going to win the Super Bowl?
He will win the Super Bowl with Cam Newton.
Now, I just want to let you know something. You told us that the Bucks would win the Super Bowl, and that was a lock when Tom Brady went there. It seems like if there's any kind of change, you suddenly believe 100%.
Well, I thought the Patriots were going to have some bum fourth rounder or whatever quarterback to fucking to play with this season. That's fucking out the window. Fucking Belichick has Cam Newton. It's over. He's going to fucking use him to the best of his abilities, and he's going straight to the Super Bowl for another ring.
See, that's the thing. We don't know how his abilities are because, he gets hurt.
He does get hurt. That is true. And last season, he was out for most of the season, I think with a foot injury, and then he had to get surgery. But Belichick is going to steer him right. He's going to fucking get his style of play under control.
But here's the deal. It wasn't just his foot. It was also his shoulder. So he had two really major. That was the year before. All right, so he's breaking apart because he gets tackled so much. Who knows what's going to happen? Quite frankly, who knows if there's even going to be a Super Bowl? We put a picture up today of what I thought was just a prospector, an old 1849 gold prospector wearing a gay COVID mask, a gay pride COVID mask. Turns out it's our own Fez Watley. Surprising to me. I never would have guessed.
What?
That's how big his beard got. Yeah, it's up on Instagram. Go and check it out.
Oh, my God.
And now we have, and he's also wearing a double rainbow. He's wearing a rainbow on
double
top
rainbow
of his head. Yeah, double rainbow, and with a rainbow flag behind him. He's kind of a joiner when it comes to Tampa Bay and rainbow flags for the gay pride. He's Santa Claus at Christmas. He just joins in. But we've got Fez Watley on the line right now.
Hey, Fez.
I'm a big fan of merch.
Sorry about you didn't. This is your first year since you came out not to be part of a gay pride celebration. I know you always have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, it's I got my boys in Florida where we all go to St. Pete, which gets bigger every year, and then this year, absolutely nothing. No celebrations whatsoever. And I wasn't going to be part of any of the virtual celebrations online.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. You get on Zoom and you have a nice, like Carlton Kelly, you have a big jack-off party every Saturday night for the people who spend extra.
You can make your background
it's
rainbow.
My one time a year where I go outside and I actually walk. It's my 1 year to get a tan. My one time a year, and boom, didn't happen this year. It's gone. I don't know if there'll be another one. I don't know if large groups of people packed together is going to be a thing that people schedule anymore. I don't know, like you said about the football season. I guess we're going to have to sit every other seat to watch Tampa Bay play.
Yeah, I don't know. Or I don't even know if they're going to let you in. You could just watch, I guess, on Zoom. Because television can't even go in there. It's too much. It'll kill too many cameramen. But you can put some Zoom cameras in and enjoy the season that way.
Everyone's going to have their own helmet cam.
Well,
And
speaking
that's
of
all we're
Cam,
going to get.
speaking of Cam, why didn't you guys get Cam Newton instead of Tom Brady?
Oh, because we like quarterbacks with shoulders and feet. Belichick is not going to be able to make up an offensive plan where he doesn't have to throw or run. There's no way around it. He's going to have to do one or the other, and he can't anymore.
Here's the thing. If you count Belichick out, you're crazy. You're a crazy person. If you count that man out. He finds a way. Just like life, Belichick finds a way.
Well, it's weird because it runs in cycles. Tampa Bay got New England's quarterback. New Orleans got Tampa's quarterback. Carolina got the Saints quarterback. And New England got the Panthers quarterback. So it all went in one weird cycle.
I can't believe that you call it Tampa. Tampa.
What do you call it? Tampa?
I call it Tampa.
That's stupid.
Yeah. I call it Tampa, not Tampa.
It's been Tampa for a couple of months now, and we couldn't be more excited.
Here's what I think is going to happen.
I was on my golf cart going down the street yelling Tampa power.
So you think that's the end of gay pride? It's done. You can't get people. There's no more parades.
Yeah, I think parades are a thing of the past. I've been to my last Pride. That's so weird to think. But I think that every year. I don't. It's a toying cost on if I'm going to live to see another year. So
that's the spirit. That's the spirit. You know what I mean? You're living one day at a time. What do you think, Gail? Is there going to be crowds together again? Is that ever going to happen?
I think that there will be crowds, and that it'll be probably farther in the future than we ever thought it was going to be. But Pride this year was more of a return to kind of its original sensibilities than it
Punk
ever
rock.
was, which was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. This year was more about the black trans. They focused on the black trans and their lives.
Which was who started Stonewall. That was the original voices, and that was the original muscle behind the Stonewall riot. So it was cool to see that return for for everyone to kind of focus their energy on a problem that has been ongoing.
it's a shared heritage. Because it all started with a black trans woman, Marsha P. Johnson. The shot glass turned around the world. She threw that shot glass at a mirror at the Stonewall Inn, and that started the riots, baby.
I think the way I heard it too is she said, "Are we going to take this shit?" Which is such a great fucking line, whether it's true or not. I really do love that line.
So great.
All right,
That's
I got
the statue we should put up.
I agree.
Well, what if would she like an airport named after her? We got one opening
that
up.
would be great. Marsha P. Johnson Airport. Perfect.
All right, I got a sports spy report that's just coming in right now.
Spy report.
Colin Kaepernick's life to become a Netflix series. Netflix has picked it up. It's going to be called Colin in Black and White, and will tell the story of the athlete and the activist's adolescent life. I don't know what that means, but I'll watch anything new. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm in.
Wow, out of the 32 teams, I didn't think Netflix would be the one to pick him up.
Yeah, the league really wants them to come back now too.
Yeah, and so does Trump, apparently.
Yeah. Even
It's a strange turn.
you never know. You never know which way he's going to go. You got to admit this. It's hard to stay a shock jock, but he's able to do it. He's able to do it. All right, so I'm being told it's a young adult series, so it's going to be told. By the way, they call it young adult, but then you can't fuck those viewers because they're not adults. So why don't you just call it what it is, a teen series?
Not adult.
The opposite of barely legal.
I got to say this, too, and I think we're going back a lot of years when Fez and I were in D.C., and we were living in Virginia, and this did not go over well, but Fez was all for getting rid of the Confederate flag and pulling down the Robert E. Lee name off of everything that's down there in Virginia. And a lot of people were, calling and bitching at him, but you turned into a modern-day Nostradamus, Fez.
Yeah, it's all coming down. And I was trying to get rid of that Virginia holiday, whatever it is.
Oh, God, yeah.
Jackson Jefferson Day or whatever it is.
Yeah. I think it was on the same day as
Lee.
Martin Luther King. Yeah.
Yeah. So they
Jefferson Lee, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Who was the Jefferson, Tom?
Jefferson Davis.
He never gets a lot of play when you really think about it. Like,
No.
you don't even hear what he did during the war. Like, was he really running his government, or was that just was he just playing a backgammon the whole time?
Or
you
was
would
it
think
Jackson?
there would be
like they split it with Lee Jackson. Like it was almost like King Lee Jackson Day or Lee Jackson King Day or something like that.
Oh, that's right. They tried to pass it off on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Right. They're like, it's for everyone now.
No matter what side of the Confederate flag you're on, here's a holiday for you.
But I will also say this, that Fez lived in Pensacola during his college years, and that's the city of the Five Flags.
Yeah, and one of them being the Confederacy.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to paint over that one on the water tower.
Replace it with a rainbow flag.
Oh, I love that idea.
Easy enough. To the winners go the spoilers, right? The winners write history.
And that's going to be the gays and the blacks.
Which is fun because Fez really digs black gays. That's his number one
I didn't know.
search on Pornhub. Yeah, that's his Pornhub search.
Oh, sure.
I know they pulled down some Jefferson Davis statues. The statues is a weird thing. The naming things is a weird thing. But it is very funny to me that it's going all the way back to Thomas Jefferson and George Washington. You know what I mean? Like, how much shit do we got named after those two guys?
Yeah.
Well, Princeton's getting rid of Woodrow Wilson. They pulled his name off of one of the buildings now.
Now, give me a history lesson there, Fez. What the hell happened with Woodrow Wilson? Because I've paid zero attention to this guy.
People are mad at Woodrow Wilson because, I think it was like the federal jobs, they had already become integrated, and blacks and whites were working together, and Woodrow Wilson actually went backwards and segregated them again.
Wow.
Did he have a reason? Were they fighting?
He hated black people.
Okay.
And he was a huge racist and went and undid a lot of things that African Americans had already earned in the country. He was going backwards towards pre-Civil War days.
Woody.
Yeah.
Add him to the list. You convinced me.
So they
Maybe
took
we
his
should
name off the business school or something like that at Princeton.
I mean, here's the deal. You're going to find out someone did something fucked up. Maybe we shouldn't name anything after anybody again. And we shouldn't have any statues. It might be the smartest thing.
Or maybe with the names on airports and stuff, just rotate it so that we're not looking at John Wayne Airport for the rest of our lives. You know, everyone gets a chance to have an airport named after them.
Right, but then
Even if you're just a regular person, I think.
Yeah.
Like a lottery.
if you're, the problem is,
Jeffrey
is
Gurian
like,
Airport.
oh, by the way, Jeffrey Gurian had a documentary of his life, short documentary, released today. Who the fuck is Jeffrey Gurian? Now, here's the interesting thing of that. This isn't the first time a documentary came out called Who the Fuck is Jeffrey Gurian? So the first one, I guess, did not enlighten anybody. And they're on to the second.
The second
But
one is called, I still don't know who the fuck is Jeffrey Gurian.
Yeah. It's so, I think it's very funny here because the 59th Street Bridge got its name changed to the Queensboro Bridge, and then the Koch Bridge, and everyone still calls it the 59th Street Bridge. Like, just because you change the name doesn't mean anybody's going to stop saying it that way.
Yeah. Do you even know anybody who does like RFK instead of, what is that, the Triborough Bridge became the RFK?
Yeah, the Bobby Kennedy Bridge. Yeah.
Right.
But nobody says that. Everyone still just says Triborough.
Of course. Now, I saw this today. It looks like Reddit has pulled a bunch of their subreddits. Chris Stanley has a little bit on this story. What do you got, Chris?
All right, so Reddit has pulled, or banned rather, 2,000 of their subreddits. The major one being r/the_Donald, which was the main Trump subreddit. And then they also pulled r Cumtown and then also r Soy Boys. There's thousands of them that have been pulled.
Cumtown is Buddy Stavros's thing, but apparently he wasn't running it. It was just their fans running it. It was like, like he had nothing to do with it at all. So I guess they were talking about cum too much. Was that the deal?
I believe it was too much cum talk, and then I think they were just banning just toxic communities. That's what Reddit called them. They also banned gender critical, the new right wing LGBT.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know how you can talk about cum too much.
Well, I guess they weren't
I
talking
can't
about
imagine
cum
that's
at all.
what the issue. Seems like that's still safe. There's something we can all agree on.
Well, Fezzy, are you going outside at all these days?
No, it's way too hot. I think I checked. It was 400 degrees today.
I saw
I like
the
that
other
it's not
day.
even
Went,
COVID related. It's just heat.
I saw the other day that you went to 99 degrees in Tampa Bay, and it never used to get that hot there. You know what I mean? It would be like 92 every day for 5 months, but never go above that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we never got these desert temperatures, these Death Valley temperatures. It's insane.
Did you get any of that sandstorm that was supposed to come in from the Sahara?
I don't think so, although it's been really humid out. Maybe that's got something to do with the sand clouds hanging over the state.
I know that we've been getting some spectacular fucking sunsets here, and I was wondering if that was tied in any way.
It's possible that it is. I mean, I was standing out looking at the sunset, and then my neighbor came out and was just like, I think it's because of that. It was just like a very Debbie Downer moment. Like I was looking at something and just being like, oh, something beautiful in the world. It's like, don't forget, the sands are coming.
Don't forget. The sands are going to destroy us all.
Gail actually sent me a beautiful picture of a rainbow yesterday on Pride Day over Brooklyn. The sky is creating magnificent colors lately.
I know. And the funny thing is I was so proud of that photo, and then I saw people who actually had a good view and could see like a arcing double rainbow over the whole city, and I was like, I can't believe I was proud of my little tiny picture of the rainbow. I'm like, I've done a great job. Like,
Johnny had one of those that you could watch the rainbow go right to the ground, which you very rarely see.
I know, that was so cool.
But, he's wasting away in Margaritaville.
That's him.
All right, Fezzy. Happy
Love
Pride.
you, Fezzy. Happy Pride.
Yeah.
And I guess you're going to take your mule and your salt and your flour back up into the Saharas now that you've come down. You've come down to get supplies. Fez, the beard. You said that you're going to grow the beard until Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl, and then you'll shave it the following day. You sticking with that?
Yeah, that's the way I'm going to go. That's the way I'm going to roll.
Okay, buddy.
It's my Brady beard, and I am not a minor.
Well, you're a major.
it.
That's for sure. Yeah. But you're always with a minor, so that's exciting. All right. Talk to you later, Fezzy.
Love you, Fez.
Take care. Happy Pride. Bye-bye.
Well, I got to say, is it Pride Week or is that just a Pride Day?
Well, it was a Pride Month, so now we're at the tail end of the Pride Month, and then Sunday was like the actual Pride Day, because I think that's the actual anniversary of Stonewall was this weekend.
This Friday, we're taking off for the long weekend for 4th of July. I thought maybe we could play the Sandra Bernhard thing because that tied in a little bit with the Pride Month, and then we'll put some other things together for it. But you guys will enjoy hearing from her. I'm just crazy about her. Maybe we'll put a couple cool things like that we haven't played on this show for that. But
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's going to be up to Chris Stanley, and God knows what his drunken state's going to be.
He's the boss,
Yeah. He's the big bread boss, they call him. Big Bread is trying to take over, and Chris Stanley's standing up to them all.
Yeah.
Fezzy, hey, Chris, I noticed you shut your Cam Newton face around fucking Fezzy.
He just has so much invested in Tampa Bay that I didn't want to crush his hopes, because Cam Newton is going to fucking drag Bill Belichick and that Patriots.
Oh, you shut the fuck up. You had your chance, and you were a coward.
Superman's going to do it.